Oh my god, I just came back.
Hey, and what is up guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna show you how I built the version number 4 of this kid's dentist aquarium and how it almost has leaked and flooded the entire dentist office. So guys, I started this project by bringing all the products here into this place, and first things first, just cleaned the glass, wiped everything with a glass cleaner to have a clean canvas. Then I started by pouring in a little bit of substrate. This is just to have, like a baseline for adding the substrate additives. Here I've used the APT Start product, which just pushes and upgrades every substrate material. So whatever brand aqua soil you are using, APT Start is bringing it to the next level by adding more minerals, more trace elements, some beneficial bacteria. It's just a substrate booster, which never hurts. There is also a little blue pouch inside. This one is for the water column, for treating the water and cycling the aquarium. So once this substrate layer was in place, I started adding in the rocks. And the idea is to divide the aquarium like 2/3 substrate material and 1/3 sort of a sand bay area. So we have over here the sand bay area, which transitions to the planted area. It's like a slice of a riverside where you have, like the river bank with the trees and everything growing inside and then going into the deep water from the shallow water, exactly. But basically where you have just plain sand in the middle of the river. I was thinking to make like a straight line, the rocks, but then I was thinking, it looks like man-made, carved, like boom, like you don't see that in nature. Also, I would lose a lot of depth of the aquarium, and since this aquarium is a room divider, and basically now that that black pillar column in the middle of the aquarium, the chamber, the overflow or dry chamber has been removed, so it can be seen from 3 sides. So I decided to go for a diagonal composition with the dragon stones, which makes the aquarium look a lot deeper from the front, because that line of the rocks extends approximately from where it starts to where it ends, like 60 centimeters. I started with the biggest stone in the middle, sort of, like a yacht that is, cutting through the water, and then kept adding stones to the outside of it until I hit the glass. Nothing crazy, just V-shape. Next thing, I secured the stones with super glue technique. Here I'm using the super liquid type super gel from Arca with the precision nozzle and just small pieces of toilet paper. Guys, using toilet paper instead of cotton pads has been a game changer for me, because literally the moment you drizzle super glue on it, it starts and it instantly cures and it's bonded and it's strong, and that's it. So all the rocks glued in place, so nothing wiggles, nothing jiggles. Then I used filter floss and I stuffed all the little gaps from the back, so the soil cannot go in between the rocks to the cosmetic sand area. So I stuffed the middle area with white filter floss. And on the outside where the rocks were hitting the glass, I used very soft filter sponges. I ripped them apart because, come on, it's super unsightly to have the white filter floss facing the glass on the outside of the aquarium. So that's another pro tip: use some black filter sponges. Once all the gaps were stuffed, I added the La Plata sand in the front. I also sloped it towards the stone, so it's the La Plata sand that goes behind the rocks, which I don't mind happening, instead of vice versa, because over there in the soil area we're gonna have a ton of plants, and literally the sand below the plants, you're not gonna see it. The other way around, the dark soil on the sand, we don't want to happen. I added 3 more bags of soil, so total of 36 liters of soil substrate so far, and in the front is approximately 8 kilograms of La Plata. I started playing with driftwood, and I had this big piece of juniper wood that you can see right behind me. I also glued another piece of wood to it to compensate for the backside, because it has nice branches going to the front, but it was kind of naked on the back, and the tank looked like unevenly proportioned. So by adding that extra branch to the back, you can see right now it's still, you see the white glue. I'm gonna add either some black poly glue from Arca over it, or camouflage it with some soil dust, just crumbled soil and super glue again, which is maybe even more natural than the black poly glue. Once the wood is soaked, it's gonna be dark, and you will hardly see any difference between soil and the dark juniper wood. So that's going to look like one piece. That also helps with balancing the wood, because it adds some weight to the rear side. And now I'm going to start modeling in more branches, basically so that, you know, the stuff comes crawling over the stones to the foreground. So we have more branches coming to the front, specifically into the cosmetic sand area. I have more smaller stones that are going to add there, so everything looks aged and matured. And eventually I'm going to stack some more rocks on that pile in the middle. So again, it's not all flat and same height, but there is some variation. Biggest challenge with this aquarium is it is a 180p, which means 180 centimeters by 60 by 60. Since it's a room divider, you see from both sides, which leaves you just with half the space to create the illusion of depth. Mainly just half of it, just 30 centimeters. That is super difficult. That's why I have to build up, get some height, use those diagonal lines to create the illusion of, you know, as things are more far away. Unfortunately, when I was planting this aquarium, I was kind of sick with flu. I had to kind of, to push through. I haven't had the energy to film the process. So here we are, the tank is already planted. So first things first, we have planted this area with the Anubias petite, this one over here, and Hygrophila pinnatifida. And this is a beautiful combination. You have the large round leaves of the petite with those, you know, fern-like structure of the pinnatifida. And I definitely have to trim back the vertical growth, because then you get a lot of the horizontal growth you can see over there. So we planted the entire wood section, the rock section here, with the pinnatifida and Anubias petite. Also, by the way, huge shout out to Thomas, who has helped me doing that. Planted the middle section with Wendtii. There is also a Nymphaea lotus in the middle, and the leaves are tiny because I just recently trimmed it back because it became this huge. Then it gets to that rear section. There we have the Cyperus helferi, a beautiful grassy plant, and we transitioned into it with Sagittaria needleleaf and the regular Sagittaria subulata in the front. Believe me or not, it's the first time in 20 years I'm using Sagittaria, and it's really interesting. The subulata overall shallow, but here and there in between it shoots really long. The needleleaf stayed this small for a long time, but is now starting to grow a little bit taller. So I'm gonna see how this one is going to work out. A few spots of Hygrophila lancea Araguaia here and there in the back, but they are overshadowed by the Blyxa. And this one in the front, you can see from here, it now grows taller than the crypts behind it and creating like a dip. I don't like that. So I'm gonna remove the Blyxa and transition it to the back over here, where I have the Echinodorus Reni, which is again not growing fast enough, big enough, and I think the contrast is not gonna fit the theme. So eventually I'm going to replant the Blyxa over there and allow it to grow taller, creating a nice transition towards the middle. In the middle section, guys, we have Hygrophila costata. This is a beautiful plant. If you have a big bush of it, just look over there, the needle type leaves in the back. You see how long they are? They're easily like 20 centimeters or something, super narrow, and you have a big bush. It's super wavy in the water current, loving it. I kind of love the look from here, and I would love to have everything kind of going up in this direction. I was thinking to replace the fish to get entirely new stock, but the client said, no, I definitely want the old fish to come back. So everything that has been in there before, cardinal tetra, the pearl gouramis, they're back in. But in addition, I added some other fish from my studio that I had to relocate, basically the small tetra that looks like Corydorus hastatus. I also got some Rubin red phantom, like red phantom tetra, but the Rubin red variant of it. It's a beautiful fish, so we get more splash of color in there. If you remember how this tank was equipped in the beginning, if you are a long time viewer of this channel, I also did a couple modifications underneath the aquarium. So previously it was run by a couple of superjet filters, and as much as I love superjet filters, they are super expensive, sometimes noisy. However, I got two Biomaster filters, one thermo, one regular. I upgraded the reverse osmosis system, and I'm going to upgrade all my other customers over time as well. I love the new Arca My Aqua systems, the new super powerful 3800, producing up to 2.5 liters per minute. Super fast refill rate straight from the RO system. In this setup, I used to have, or it's still in there, like a barrel for reverse osmosis system, like a reservoir. And I kind of always struggled with kind of refilling it, having it filled up in time. But this time, what I did, I installed 5th tube in the center of the peninsula part, and I put RO tube up inside the aquarium. I also installed a water sensor. I measured how much time it takes to refill the tank to the very top. So I have a timer that turns on the power for the RO to fill up the tank, just in case, you know, this timer fails or the RO produces more water, whatever.
Oh my god, I just came back and look at the water level. Guys, it literally stopped. Can you see that water line? This is where it has stopped. This is where it has stopped. And is everything dry? No water escaped. No water has overflowed. This little thing, it should have stopped like 2 fingers here. And oh my god. So lucky.
I have a water sensor that is going to kill the power. When I do the water change, I just drain the water, I start the refill, I toss in the minerals, and I'm done. And I'm leaving, and you know, like an hour and a half later, whatever, the water is filled up to the top. So those were the hardware upgrades to the system. guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did so, show me a thumbs up, drop a comment below how you enjoyed this one, and yeah, as always, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers, goodbye. And here we are 1 year later, and this has been it for this video. Oh no, wait, no. If I say this, then everyone is gone.